I've been reading a book.
Which one? Cool.
Okay, so I went to Cabo recently, and I brought a book with me. My younger brother had got it for me. He usually gets me a book for like my birthday and Christmas, but this one is a high fantasy romance novel. Do you want to hear about it?
I do.
Okay, yay. So I'm absolutely obsessed, but pretty much I think that the name is bad. It's called The Serpent and the Dark Wings. Can you look it up, Richie? The name doesn't roll off of the tongue, but pretty much this book, you can go on Amazon. Okay, so The Serpent and the Wings of the Night. Terrible name. You go on Amazon, it has like 70,000 reviews, and all of them are 5 stars. It's about vampires, and it's a vampire meets Hunger Games. So
hot.
Yeah.
Vampires fighting in a Hunger Games style competition.
Yes.
Hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes. Thank you.
Straight away. Say less.
Yes. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I love anything that's fantasy or romance, but pretty much there's a human, and one of the vampire lords takes her in, which they don't really do, and he raises her as his own, and she wants to turn into a vampire for different reasons, but in this realm you can't turn into a vampire without a lot of risks. Like, more often than not, humans that are turned they can't withstand the turning process, and they end up passing away. Is that the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's a process to turn into a vampire.
It is,
you know,
right?
in any book.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Perfect. And they all worship these gods and goddesses, and Nyaxia is the goddess who created all the vampires. That's their goddess. Those are all her children, and they go through her trials, and at the end of these trials, she gets to bestow upon them a gift of their choice. Well, it's very fun, adventurous, but she also meets a sexy vampire named Ren. And I think that's how you pronounce it because it's spelled funny.
Not a hot name. Sorry, Ren.
Or Rain. I don't really know.
It's like Tim. Not a hot name.
But what are like, if you can think of your fantasy vampire in a book, what qualities do you think he would have to have for you to get all hot and heavy for him?
Damon Salvatore from Vampire Diaries.
Okay, so he's a little bit of a villain, but he's actually has a heart of gold deep down. But he's conflicted.
I mean, the conflicted part I can take or leave, but just like his character, 100% in Vampire Diaries.
I think that's similar to what our guy is.
Yeah,
Arwen, where he's sarcastic. He has a rough outer shell, but he's tender, and like his actual qualities on the inside are super loyal. I just got to the sex scene. It took me 300 pages.
It took you 300 pages to get to a sex scene and you kept reading it?
Yeah. It's like, because I feel like I'm getting dick teased for 15 hours, which is really exciting.
You want that?
Yes, because when I finally get to it, I don't get excited about anything like that. Like I feel my whole body just vibrating.
I really hope your significant other doesn't watch our podcast, because I think you've said multiple times how hard it is for you to get excited.
It is hard. It really is.
So this cut you off.
I like foreplay, or I like things that are so visualizing things, but I get excited in the moment. I'm not a perverted person, so I can't sit there and think, oh, in the future, like this could happen. I don't give a shit. It's when things are actually happening that I get excited.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 300 and how many pages later, you eventually got excited?
I was getting very excited because I knew it was coming. Okay. I could sense it. I've read enough of these books that I know I'm going to get a very detailed sex scene that I've waited 300 pages for.
See, I'm the kind of person, I Google the end of movies. So if I was reading this book, I would Google or Reddit, what page is the sex scene on? And I would flip to page 315, 20?
Yeah.
Immediately.
But then it's not as meaningful. But I do that as well before I'll start a book, because honestly, for the longest time, I can't remember the last book I read that didn't have a sex scene. So I will, before I start one, flip through just to make sure that there's one in there. It's that important to me.
You just Google it?
No, I'll flip through because I like libraries too, and I like actually having a book.
Oh yeah, I love reading, but I can't do the Kindles.
I can do Kindles. They're nice at night because you don't need a light on.
I just need a physical book.
I do like physical
real
books
thing.
more though.
You know?
Yeah, it's just something about it. It's like adds to the cozy vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to read that book?
I kind of do now, but now you told me the page number that I have to skip.
No. It's so much better.
That's such a long time, though. I know it's not like a
But
but that's such a long time to
But
wait.
leading up to it, it's so good. It is very adventurous and fun. Like I do highly recommend it. If you just want like something to escape into. Like I love books that you could just escape the real world.
Yeah, I mean, I love that idea. I'm going to have to exercise some real self-control. I just spent one whole day in my bedroom like this and everyone's texting like, no one. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
I will say I did. So I got to my page and I did my thing. It's so stupid.
You did your thing?
I did my thing with the page. But I used vibrators and I just left it out there on the counter. And then my boyfriend had a bunch of his friends over to play board games. And apparently it was still out there.
Was it cleaned?
No, but it's not, it's just a regular vibrator. You don't go internal with it.
Okay.
It's like nice stimulation.
That makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Was there any commentary on it or was it just like, okay, it's...
I mean, I wasn't there, but he was like, yeah, she's reading this book. She's really into it.
That's amazing. That's like kind of wholesome. That's like kind of wholesome to be like, my girlfriend's reading this book. That's why her vibrator was out. Like my girlfriend was like watching porn at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
She was just reading a romance novel.
And I didn't
like,
and I didn't
by
want
the
to
fireplace.
I was under my little
I believe you.
I was under my heated blanket and I actually had tea next to me. I had lavender tea and I had some puppies on each side of my beanbag. It was really nice.
That's the most wholesome way possible you could get caught with a vibrator.
It's self-care.
You know?
It really is.
Just, you have like your skincare, your gua sha, and then your vibrator.
Yep.
It's like, just another morning.
Do the books get really graphic during those sex scenes?
They get so graphic.
Okay, so it's like pornography.
It's like pornography.
Wow.
I don't know, certain things that they say, like, oh God, I actually have the book, but I don't think I can read it because I was reading it on the way over here.
Okay, that's where
you're reading a in the Uber?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, were you past the sex scene or were you?
Yeah, but now they're just doing it all the time.
This is why you have a 5-star Uber rating. I already know it. This is why. This is for sure why. See, I was fucking scammed. My 4.87 bullshit. I know how to get my Uber rating up now though. Just read. I'm in the back just reading like romance porn.
Yeah.
100%. He's like looking in the rearview mirror. He's like, 4.9 at least.
4.9, yeah. Next thing you know, I'll get a 5.78 rating on it.
Yeah, it just seems to be a trend for you.
Mm-hmm.
Overachiever, as I said.
It is very graphic though. It's like he slid into me with his like
this whole thing is beeped out, right?
I know. With his hard member, like they use all this. Like I wrote him to ecstasy. I called his name. He whispered in my ear. Like this is pages of it. Like they really they knew what they were doing. They were building it up, and they wanted you to.
They use the word member.
I don't know if it's member. Can I have my book?
Yeah.
I'll show you. I'll read just like words out of it.
If a guy called his dick a member in real life,
that'd be weird.
That'd be so weird.
This is a fantasy novel. They're not going to say penis.
But no wonder why men are confused. Because women read this shit and we love it. Where men call their dicks members, and if a guy ever said to you and I in real life, we would run. We would run so quick.
Of course.
A member. Let's see.
What should they call it?
Yeah, what should they call it? I'm very curious.
Just like it's fine. This has to be beeped out for sure. My mother cannot see this.
I think cock is good.
Just member.
Is cock good? Because cock feels like what am I trying to be like Johnny Sins or something?
What else would you call it?
Dick or
Dick.
My dick. That's fine too.
That's fine.
That's fine too.
But then some guys some girls don't like when guys say tits, and I don't. I use that word myself.
You don't like the
that's the thing you
tits?
gotta
No,
suss
I
out
don't mind
for
it.
sure.
It's fine. I don't even think that too hard about it, but
I'm curious what they called it in this. I'm on my pages right now, but like right now
she's just gonna start reading
Right
for
now.
the rest of the podcast.
he's
you'll
just
have to
currently
leave.
eating her out. Hold on.
I guess I'm taking it from here. It's fucking checked out.
The most
Okay.
views ever.
Yeah.
He was so much bigger than I was used to. Let's see. She's getting lowered down right now.
Lower down.
As he buried so deep inside of me. Maybe they're not like calling it anything. Maybe they're just calling it him. He's inside of me.
That's romantic.
That's
Right?
Yeah.
I think that's as romantic as you can make a dick. There's no romantic
It
way
is
to
a
say it
romance novel.
at all. Like
But it's also action adventure.
there's no loving way to say the word dick. Like it is just not.